I will demonstrate the perspective drawing. Freehand perspective drawing is very useful when you are making iterations, visualizing it for the first time, no, on paper. So basically, what we have here for the floor plan is 9 meters by, okay, so we have something like this. So 13.5. So 9 by 10. So it's 6.5 here, and then the total entire thing is 13.5. 2.5 here, and the rest is 3.5. Front door is somewhere here. Okay, here is 5.5. Okay. Basically, it's the same, but except for the carport, no? The floor on the second floor is something like this, no? Right? So I will assume the dimensions for the levels, no? So we have the NGL, or natural ground line, and then we have a level up, something like at least 0.5 meters, right? Before, let's say the entrance of the house have to be porch somewhere here. So let's level to this one, 3.5 meters by 5.5, 5.5 by 3. We never have the front door going directly out to the NGL. We have a usual 2.7 ceiling, another 500 millimeters or 0.5 meters. So this is 2.7 FFL of the ground, finished floor line. So this is like 3.2 meters to the second floor. And then another 2.7. But here, to the ceiling, right here, okay, 2.7. Usual, actually, it could be lower, but this one's usually 3+ meters. Okay, let's just say 3. Bigger. Let's make it 3.5. So this one is 3.2 meters. Roofing, we have a gutter somewhere there. This is roughly about 1.2 meters. At least from here, the eaves to the topmost, let's say 3 meters. 3.0. So we have these dimensions. So when you come up with a general sense of the perspective grid, what's the second line? So this is 100%, and then horizon, yes. So here we can always, again, simplify that, somebody who is probably short person with a 1.5 meter, simplify it. Again, like kanina, we measured someone's eye level to be 1.56, very exact, no? But here we're rounding it off so that it's just a little tiny bit different, but it's the same, no? Eye level is all, it's the usual thing that we need to keep to do all of this. Okay, so the percentage. Okay, so if this is our level 0 in the 100% line. Okay, we usually would have the vertical line. Again, I'm going to, this is the 100% line. Now, we have these dimensions. Okay? So the closest thing that I could probably simplify is the 10 meters, and then this one to be 9. So it's almost a square. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to subdivide this into 3. Okay, again, importance of having proportion as your guide every time. Now, I can do this even without any scale. Not using any scale. Meaning to say, I'm making up this as my reference. You can make up scales like, you can take an ordinary receipt and use the edge as a ruler if you don't have one. So we take this. This is our 3rd meter. 3. Because this is, again, 1.5 meters divided by 3 equal parts. This is 1. And then if we subdivide this into, these are the numbers. So 2, 3, and the like now. So, but then this is telling me that this is too big. Because I need something like 10 meters. 10 meters. It won't fit the board. So what do? I adjust. Make it smaller. I use a smaller scale. Because this is not going to work. So I'm going to get happens. I mean, like from the very start, you need to establish the correct serve scale. So I'm making it smaller, and I'm going to peg it here like my 1.5 meters. Okay, I know. I subdivide this into 3 equal parts. We know how to subdivide. This is 3, right? You can use your fingers to just establish what exact as a scale. Okay, again, a proportion is the key. Not necessarily just you have to rely on a scale ruler all the time, no? Okay. So what do we have here? So level 0, 1, 2, 3. Is it the same? Yes. There. 3, 4, 5. So take your dimensions 6, 7, 8, 9. And then 10. Yes, dimensions. Okay, you can go up to what? Whatever space that you have, either it's a bigger paper or not. No, this is the key thing, no? Okay, we have here 40%. Okay, what is 40% of 10 meters? Take the 4, right? I can if you're finger measuring these things, what you can do is you take 2, and this is the dimensions for the width of the side, no, of this one. This is times 40%, no, 40% here of this one measurement. What's here? How many percent for the front? 80%. Okay, 80% of 9. 7.2. Okay. You can take 3.5. Right? This one. 2. 7. Slightly here. Yes. And you do a vertical line for the vertical wall edge, vertical edge of this. So we have all of this. Okay, what's the total height of this? Including the ground. Well, we'll start with the NGL, but what is this total? 10.2. No, so this one only plus 3. Okay, so all in all, the total here until the rooftop edge. Okay, so we have this, and then we have 80% of 1.5 is 1.2. We establish the ground level, level 0. 1.35. What am I doing here? Is that magka-different the 1.35 because it's 90% of 1.5. And we can establish now the ground base for the NGL in perspective. Okay, so let's just say that you're assuming that everything here is flat. Oops. So I'm here, I'm doing all this. So we have this. And then what is the height here that we need? Total is 10.2. So I can assume that 10 meters. Just round it up to 10 meters. What is 80% of 10 meters? 8. Yes, of course. So, yung 8 natin is here. Then there's a slight difference, like a 1/4 of the way. And if I lined it here, it's here. Huh? And then this one, from that to here, my trajectory of this volume, box volume. And if I do a straight line, they're supposed to meet at a vanishing point somewhere here. And it looks to be correct. No? Now, this is going to be out of paper. But yun nga, there always be your VP. What is this? Y. Hmm? VPY. Okay. So the formula again, if and we always have to remember this formula with the percentage of the perspective grid that we want. No, and then here, what is the percentage over here is 90%. Okay, what is 90% of 9? But slightly, very, very slightly down here because of my difference tayo. Kasi it is slightly up by 0.15. Here, therefore, parang slightly down. I'm basing it here. If you're using a scale, this is 9 up to here, but they're not leveled, right? They're not supposed to be. This is the second trajectory of this box volume that we're trying to do, no? Which is what it is. No? So we have it here. I know you can do all the grids again like we did from last week, but I'm just going to simplify all of this, okay? So what is the porch level? 0.5. Where's 0.5? Here. So I'm going to do a bit of lettering here, porch. And then this is NGL. I'm going to place in some letterings here so that we are not confused where it is, what it is. And then what is the floor level? 3.7. 3.7 is somewhere here. 3.5 is here. 3.75 is there. Something to that. Huh? Again, no, you always have this trajectory that we need to create. Okay? What is this then? Therefore, ito, I could assume that this is the second level. Okay, so this is the second level, second floor. Second FLR. Not to be confused, no? So that you don't confuse. And then plus 3. How do we do that? 1, 2, and 3. Somewhere there. This is the third, and then the rest is the volume of the roofing. So these are just levels. Okay, so the box is just the control of rules of perspective. What do you call this? And here, how do you know? Well, thing is, if nasanay ka na, nakikita nyo lahat eh. Okay, so this one is like wrong. It has to align like this, and it goes to a vanishing point so far away here. It goes all the way here. Out of the paper. So it's not possible for you to exactly know where it is. No? But we're operating with this just framework of where these are. Okay, now we have this. Okay, so this is what we're talking about here. We have the 10 meter by 9 meter. Okay, this is the box. Right, this is the box. So the eaves actually are here. These are the eaves. Okay, so this is eave level roof. Okay, so this is, but then how do we do the 1.2 meter all around? Okay, so we can imagine this, yung ano natin, sa second floor. Meron tayong phantom line na where let's just say where the gutter is. Yung roof line natin, 1.2 meters, right? All around. All around, right? How do we extend? Now, we can always assume that this is 1.2 meters, right? 1 but 2. Oh, if I draw this line, ano yung axis niya? Along what? It's parallel to what? Which axis? Y. So we could assume that. Paano natin malalaman nasaan yung Y? Right? How do we know that if we offset something, like a line, like 1.2 offset, we don't concentrate on the corner of the roofing. We don't do this kasi ito mahirap yan ihanapin sa 3D. We don't have references, right? So what do we do here? We extend these lines, the corner, outwardly by one, well, you first draw the references. So I'm gonna do this dotted lines, no? But where do you know? Okay, di ba? Dito. Does it make sense? Ito, pag ano, no? Along, ganun. Pero hindi nyo alam nasan yung corner now of the roofing. Actually, here dapat. Okay, let's just say that this is going like this because you have to look at the parallelity in perspective. No? You can do that with your grids. Okay, if you already had created that grid, but the principle here is really all about if it looks right or not. It's up to you, no? You have to decide, no? So here, paano yung i-calculate natin? I-extend natin to. Pero hindi natin alam paano yung 1.2 meters. Here, we're going to extend the roof, no? So basically, this is what we were trying to do here. We're trying to extend this. If nalaman natin yung in perspective, these two lines, and if they intersect, you know the corner of the roofing. The overhang. Okay, that's what I'm trying to do here. So here, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take an assumed 1 meter, right? Correct? 1.2 meters is somewhere there. Correct? I'm going to take that dimension. I'm going to put it here. And then, boom. Okay. This is the transition point of where the roof eave is supposed to be. Now here, I'm going to do that imaginary vanishing point somewhere off-way. No? And then extend that. Boom. What about the next one? Well, the next one is really, okay, from the vanishing point here, trajectory here going this way, other way. But that's not where the point is. That's just the assume 1.2 meters. Now, what about that one? What am I going to do? See, again, I'm going to take 1.2, slightly 90% of it, and measure. Oh, that's the same thing. What about this one, the other side? Okay. Here. And then from this transition point, vanishing point Y, VP, right? VPY, transition point, connect those two lines, right? And plots. And then if these two intersect, that's the corner of the gutter of the roof. Okay, here. How do I assume that, this one is going to be here, 1.2. Slightly like that. Get this trajectory from here to here and draw line going to vanishing point Y. And then extend these two lines. Where they meet is the corner of the roofing. Okay? What about this one? Again, I extended that. They hit. But then, what about the other part? Here. So I'm going to assume that this is going through like that. Trajectory here. 80% of 1.2. I don't know. Okay, so there's a bit of guessing here. Okay, this is what it looks like. Like I said, I'm gonna erase some of the lines so that you would see what I mean. Those are the roof eaves. This one is going that way. Pay attention to the angles where the vanishing point is supposed to be. And these are the three seen roof eaves. So this is rectangular. Okay, so what about the rooftop? What is the shortest here? If I draw half the angle of a 90 degree, which is 45 degrees, right? And then here, this is longer. So therefore, there's a 1 meter difference between these two, 1 m. Now, we only need to look and find these 2 points. Where are they? These 2 points in the topmost of this. What is this then? Therefore, 1 meter. This is 5th meter. Tama? This, and then I would, if I place in these lines, and this corresponding intersections would be each a meter. So this is 2 meters. What is halfway of this? You could subdivide this into half. The halfway of this one is going that way, and then I go up and put it there. The other one is going this way, which is 1 meter apart, right? No, mali. Maling line. Dapat nandito, halfway, diba? Half of this way is... So therefore, these 2 lines are this one, which is 1 meter. If we have these 4 corners in perspective, and if we trajectory that, and then it hits the topmost, it is vertical, and we go and do it here like this, and then these 2 points, we trajectory here, we find these 2 points already. What is these 2 points? Yun nga, the location of those 2, the apex of the roofing, the gable roof. And therefore, we can connect these 4 to this, that one, going that one, this one, going here. So halos hindi mo nakikita dito. So the one that you're seeing, if I draw this correctly, is the gutter. Ito lang yung roof. Okay? But these are all plotted accordingly. So, then the rest, anong gagawin? So we have here, yung 10 meters natin. This one is going 1.5, okay, 3.5. This is how many wide? 9 meters. If you remember how you subdivide into 3 equal parts, remember that? Subdivide into 3 equal parts. Okay, sorry about this. I do a vertical line. And then do an A. Yung intersections among this is, yung nga, these are the 9 meters, diba? So your carport, is somewhere here. Ano ba yung second line na? Second floor line is here. Okay, that's a level there, somewhere there. And then the ceiling line is somewhere right here. Ceiling line is 3.2 meters is somewhere there. Here. And then the corner of the building, okay, so this is the corner of the edge of this. It's going this way, okay? This follows vanishing point Y. It's going to Y. And then the wall here, edge, is about 2.5. It's not exactly 3 meters. So see, this is exactly 3 meters. But so you can slightly off this, and this could be a column. And this is what it looks like if it's a column to the ground floor. Okay, so this is the level of the porch. And how do you extend 3.5 meters? Kasi meron tayong 3.5 meters for the porch. How do we do that? You can always take 3.4 meters somewhere here. What is this? 5 meters, right? And then we have a 4 meters. And 4 meters is something like this. And then if we trajectory here, parang ganun, 4 meters, like this, 3.5. It's supposed to be bigger than a 3.5, diba? If you measure the 3.5 here, this is slightly larger, longer, and therefore this is the corner of the porch. It's extended. Right? That's the edge of the building. The second floor, the carport, empty ba? May balcony. So the balcony is here. And if this is 3 meters, all the way there, and therefore parang subdivided into 3 equal parts, this is the 1 meter mark, and this are the where the balcony is. If we take this proportion, a person would be something like, standing behind the railing would be something like this. Very wide though. It's supposed to be smaller. 1.5 eye line, eye level. Here it's actually even shorter because you're further down that, so it's like this, proportion-wise. Now we have to look for this one. Where is it in perspective? This corner. Kasi wala tayo sa edge eh. So what do we do? Okay, we need roughly about 2.5 meters down. Half of this is there. I'm assuming that, let's just eyeball it here. 2.5. Because of the proportion that I took from here. This is 5 meters, halfway. 2.5. It's farther away, slightly smaller. So therefore, along the lines, going there. And that's the 2.5 edge. Meters edge. And therefore, roof eaves natin, nakikita natin hanggang here. And then, wala na tayo itong edge. Ganun. Simplified. Right? Okay, here, we already established where this is. And then, from here to this corner, it extends, again, no? Your vanishing point matter, where these trajectories are happening. Here, it extends 3.5 meters away from here, from the vanishing point trajectory. Right? It's slightly, very, very slightly, you can see the surface of the steps of the balcony because you are only very slightly, Don't exaggerate. Okay, so the rest, let's assume here, since it's farther away, let's say 90% of that, so the edge, and you put it here. So everything is really dependent on the percentage. How a bit more, if you're not sure, make it like 80 to 90% smaller, right? Or 10% bigger if it's closer to closer to the viewer. So you're assuming all of these things, assumptions, intelligent assumptions of what perspective door plotting is. So it's 38 minutes of me plotting the entire thing, with talking, explaining, all right? So what about the rest? I mean, what about all the windows and all the like? No, so it's really easily for you to assume, like say 1 meter minus 90%. Where's the door? Somewhere. This is the edge of the front of the house. If you take this 1 meter of the door, somewhere here, slightly off, 90% only, and then 2 meters, 2.1, somewhere there, and this is the front door. Okay. Front door. No, 2.5. Kasi 2.6, actually, it's because it's slightly higher, diba? By 0.5. So it's 2.6 level. So here, you can see you can start doing all the details. It's aligned, and then the door. It's really, what's here? Do you have windows? It's there. Living room. Okay, so it's pretty wide. So there are opportunities for windows like this high. Okay, so it gives you context of the scale and the proportion of the form, right? And you can easily just place in the windows. ano yung room, halfway, okay, so ano yung level, I mean like, the rest is, and then you start doing all the details. But here, again, it's a cue of all the projections, the X, Y, Z's, no, in perspective is relative to everything that, whatever you draw, each line is related to each other. Proportions, angles, vanishing point, percentage, right? Proportions. See, if it's farther away, it's slightly smaller. Assume 80 to 90%. If it's closer, it's about 110 to 120% of the dimensions. Increase a bit, no? Okay? And of course, how do you know? I mean, like, for example, I need a pathway. Like, it's 3 meters from the porch line. Take 3 meters, assume 10%, go this direction. Vanishing point. You take the 3 meters is there and a slightly more, and this is along X, and this is the property line. So that's how you can get here. This is 3 meters to here because of this the grid that we. And what about the walkway? Usually 1.2 or 1.5 meters. So I take half of this, and this line, ganyan. Ganyan lang siya kanipis. If it's a 0.1 meter from the curb, the curb is 1.1 meters from the road, and this is the road curb. And here, by driveway. Driveway is from here, trajectory. Again, no, from the vanishing point. You always refer to a vanishing point if it's in linear, no? So each time, ganyan. Vanishing point all the time. X, Y, Z. I mean, like sometimes, you make this big mistake, you just draw it, whatever. If the line's going that way, it's not going to the vanishing point, then it's wrong. Correct? If this line is not going to the vanishing point here, it's the wrong direction, adjust accordingly. So here, like that. That's how it looks. Okay, everything is, this system of freehand drawing can be achieved. The lecturer, architect Mario Valderrama, before when I was listening, sabi niya, makaplot siya ng buong bahay in 15 to 20 minutes. I was skeptical about it. I mean, like it takes me hours to do it, but by the traditional way of doing things, right? But here he says, that prospect of a 15-minute to 20-minute plotting method that is as accurate somehow is a possibility. Okay? Yes, it can. And I have proven it. And his formula actually stays true, as I said before. So now, the rest is up to you to detail. I remember our interior perspective exercise. I would like to see those details. And yeah, but I'd like to see the first layers, how you plot alongside this. This is going to be freehand. You have already a grid of sorts, no? Like this. Normal view. And you could see the dimensions, right? Rough drawing first, like this. And then a cleaner sheet later on to do the final lines. So there's no, I don't want to see you wasting time a lot of, doing a lot of erasing. When you make a mistake, sige, X mo. This is a rough drawing. Wala? Probably later the questions come in. You can ask me exactly how these things are. But yeah, this is for tonight. I'd like to see the rough initial form of your designs. Okay, so I guess based on your floor plans. And I would like to see this level in the meantime.